Hello. Hi. Oh my god. Wow. I have a bone to pick with random people on the street. So, yeah, yesterday, or no, a few days ago. So, a few days ago, I was walking, making my way downtown, walking fast. Places pass, and I'm homebound, but I wasn't home. I was heading shopping. I forget what I was doing. I was going to the art gallery. We'll get back to that. And I was sipping my little iced coffee, and okay, I won't lie. It was cold. It was actually really cold. And some dude on the street, cat calls out to me, "Hey, don't you think it's a little cold for an iced one?" And I didn't respond because I had my little AirPods in and they weren't noise canceling. They are noise canceling. I didn't have noise canceling on because I gotta be aware of my surroundings. And I just thought to myself, why the fuck do you care? What do you want me to respond? Nah, it's not cold. You're just a little bitch. Or, oh yeah, it's so chilly. Brr, I really wish I got a hot coffee. Brr, brr. Like, and I think what's wild about it is it happens frequently enough. I get a comment, I want to say once a month during the cold seasons here in Canada, which is 12 months of the year, about people being like, isn't it too cold for an iced coffee? No, it's not. It's a beverage. Do you have your water warm? Do you have your beer warm? What about your pop? Do you get it with no ice, room temp? No. So, like, literally go away. So, it's that weird time of the year where it's not winter cold, but some days it's 15 and then some days it's minus 10. So you never know what to expect because the weather is so fluctuating. Anyways, that is a long roundabout way of saying me don't feel like meal prepping anymore. Because here's the thing. It's not that I meal prep. I don't ever meal prep. But I also just don't cook. So I've been ordering out a lot of Uber Eats, which is not healthy because I haven't touched my elliptical in a week. So I'm not as toned and skinny as I'm used to being. And I keep ordering food. And like this morning, I went to Tim Hortons because, let's face it, I got a farmer's wrap because I had nothing to eat for breakfast. And I haven't gone grocery shopping, and I really should go grocery shopping. And I know I really can't complain because I'm doing it to myself. But here's the thing. Being an adult is not fun anymore. It was fun for a year, and then you do your taxes for the first time. And that hurts. Not that I hadn't done taxes before, I did, but it's different when you're a student because you don't make a whole lot of money. And then you work your first year full time and you do your taxes and you're like, "Oh wow, that's indeed the fact that two things are certain in life, death and taxes." And here's the thing, if I were to like just death randomly, do you still pay your taxes after you death? Like, does the CRA do a partial count? Like, if you croak in, say, August, okay, do you have to do 8 months worth of taxes? I guess you don't have to. You're not here anymore. You're gone. You're dead. But does someone on your behalf have to do taxes? Or does the CRA just say, "Hey, we'll cut our losses. We won't do taxes on you because you're dead." You see, taxes are so funny. Mine are self-employed taxes, so I have to save it and remit it all myself, which is fine. Like, no big deal. It's exactly what I expected. But it still hurts to write a damn check. And it's not even that I'm writing a check. That's the funny thing. If I was writing a check, I don't think it would sting as much. No, it's just going to randomly disappear from my account one day. And that's that. Like, it's almost like you have no control over it. I have no problem paying taxes. I will gladly pay all of my taxes. That's not what I'm saying here. I just think the way they go about it is so funny. It just magically bloop out of your account. Like someone just sticks their hand in a bag and like bloop. That's wild. But I also don't write checks because I don't have a checkbook because I'm too young. Honestly, I'm too young for that. Let's be real here. What am I writing a check for? Nothing anymore. They are very dated, very archaic in the world of e-transfer or the bloop. We're just gonna bloop. Taxes, bloop. Can we just talk about Drag Race for 1 minute? We can, because I'm the one who makes the rules here, and I'm the only one here in a room empty. The room's a mess. I really got to clean up. Drag Race. So are we gonna just all kind of agree that Lana won that lip sync against Sam to Illusion by Dua Lipa? Love Sam. Sam's wonderful. Really rooting for you too, Sam. I'm hoping you get to the finals. Nothing against Sam. This is not personal. But Lana totally won that lip sync, right? But I love that Dua Lipa song. It's my favorite off of her new album because, let's be honest, her new album was released. You know what I find so funny about iced coffee? People have very passionate feelings about it. I prefer iced coffee, but I'll drink a hot coffee. If there's no iced coffee around, that is totally okay. I can drink a hot coffee. I'll just put one milk in it, maybe a little bit of brown sugar if it's there, but I'm not usually, I don't put sugar in my coffee when it's hot. But what is so funny is people who drink hot coffee are so against iced coffee. They're like, ew, that's not how you drink coffee. Ew. And I'm just, what's the hate for? Because everyone I know who drinks hot coffee will at least try. I mean, everyone I know who drinks iced coffee will at least try hot coffee. But everyone I know who drinks hot coffee is so against iced coffee. And it just cracks me up. Because iced is better. Here's the thing with iced coffee. It will always stay cold-ish, and then it'll actually get colder for a little bit because the ice will settle and freeze it. And then it gets warm, but you can still always, if you're a slow drinker, re-ice it, right? The problem with hot coffee is you pour it, and you only have about 5 minutes before it's lukewarm. And then once it's lukewarm, it's gross. You might as well just throw an ice cube in at that point and make it iced. So I find iced coffee retains a lot better because I'm a slow drinker of coffee. I'm not a fast drinker at all. So I find the iced coffee keeps the cool better, whereas the hot coffee, sizzle, sizzle, no more. Here is some lukewarm coffee. And what I find funny is people who drink black coffee, right? No milk, no sugar, which I sometimes do. I don't mind black coffee. I'll drink it. I can only drink like a little bit of it because it's so concentrated that I'm not. No, I'm doing a few sips. So the same problem is I'll drink it. It just cools down way too fast for how slow I drink. But everyone who drinks like black coffee, because there's a few of them in my family, are all, ew, why would you put milk and sugar in your coffee? Why? Because some of us have to wake up at 5 a.m. every day to commute to work, and it's not about enjoying. It's about how quickly I can get this caffeine in my body and digest it so I can finally wake up and arrive to the office ready to do something, because some of us don't have the luxury of waking up at 7:30 a.m. to roll out of bed to sign on for 8 a.m. That's why I put milk and sugar in my coffee so I can just chug it. That was very impassioned for something I've never really ran into an issue with before. I used to, so after I graduated, my first job post-grad, but I had it when I was a student, so it wasn't really my first post-grad job. It was kind of a job I had that kept having. But I moved back home, which was 2.5 hours away from Toronto. So I used to have to commute to work a couple times a week, and it was a 2.5 hour commute. Totally did it to myself. I'm not complaining about that. 100% that was my doing. That's okay. So I would wake up around, I used to have to be in the office at 9. So what would I do? I was up at 5. I would wake up at 5 a.m., 4:45, 5 a.m. I'd wake up, I'd shower, and I would be on the road by 5:30. Okay. I would go to McDonald's because dollar drinks in the summer, right? I'd get my iced coffee. I would get a muffin And sometimes I would do a medium fry. And I just vividly remember the only thing that got me through my commute was my iced coffee, my fry, my muffin, and blasting Padam while in the drive-thru at McDonald's at 5:30 in the morning. And then Padam would finish, and I would just put on my dance pop, hyper pop, electro pop shuffle mix and just blast out to upbeat dance anthems while speeding down the highway, going way over the speed limit to get to work. And here's the thing. Commuting's exhausting. I was exhausted. I feel for anyone who has to commute 2 hours each way to work. I did it. I get it. But it was also so much fun. There is just something about that being up before everyone else at 5:30 in the morning, getting your coffee and blasting Kylie Minogue. There's just a vibe there that is unmatched by anything else, if I'm being completely honest. However, coming home, the commute home was always horrible because then there's traffic, there's rush hour, and everyone is trying to leave at the same time. And then it takes way longer than you expect. And before you know it, you got to pee, but you're like, I'll just pee when I get home, but you're stuck in traffic for twice as long as you expected. So now you're stuck on a highway and you got to go pee and there's nowhere to go. Padam. Padam. I hear it and I know. Padam. Padam. No, I'm so excited. I'm going to see Kylie Minogue in a week. Less than a week. 6 days. 6 days till we put the shrimp on the barbie. Padam. When your heart goes padam, padam. I feel it and I know. I'm going to assume there's lots of material in here. Okay, bye.